Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So today we are diving into one of the simplest yet most powerful concepts in Java, adding two numbers. Whether you are a complete beginner or just brushing up your basics, this is where real coding starts. Make it relatable, think about it, calculators, billing systems, even your mobile balance app all rely on this. If you can add two numbers in Java, you are already writing logic like a developer. So in just a few lines of code, you will learn how to take two numbers, either fixed or entered by the user, add them and display the result on the screen. Super easy and super fun. And guess what? By the end of this video, you will be able to write your first real Java program. Let's code it together. So in this amazing video, we will be learning that how to add two numbers in Java, and this is an advanced level series which we are starting here in Java. So if you understand this amazing video and if you enjoy this tutorial, so remember to hit a like, and if you are new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. Alright, so now we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video we will be understanding that in Java how we can add two numbers. But it is not like normal to add two numbers like in the previous videos. In starting when we were working with Java, we have understand how to add two numbers, but this is another way to add two numbers in Java. You can just say it is an advanced level way to add two numbers in Java, because now we are on advanced level things here, or you can say an advanced level tutorial of Java. That's the reason we are understanding some advanced level things here, and moving forward I will be coming up with more other advanced level things which you need to understand when you're starting with language like Java. So here now we need to understand how we can add two numbers. First of all, we will be using variables here to add two numbers like we were doing in beginning thing as well. So if you want to add two numbers here, so you need to understand, or you can say you need to learn how to add two numbers in Java. So this is the example in which we have created one integer. I have given my integer name as x because I need to add a variable as well. That's the reason I have used this x variable here with this integer, and after adding this integer with this x variable, I'm giving it value as 5, and then again I'm creating another variable, but this time I'm creating a variable of y, and then I'm just giving this y variable a value of 6, and these two are the integer values, because obviously we will be adding integer values if we are using an integer data type here. And again we are using another integer data type, but this time I'm using this integer data type to add these two values x and y, so that we can get the output by adding two numbers here. So now when you need to just print this integer here, means to get the output by adding 5 with 6, you need to just use this println function as we were using previously as well, and then I will be adding sum because my integer name is sum here, and in this sum integer I have printed x plus y, means I want to add 5 with 6. That's the reason I will be printing sum in this println. Then when I will be printing this thing, I will be getting the output as 11 printed, because if you add 6 with 5, so obviously you will be getting an answer 11. So I hope you understand how you can add two numbers using integer and these different variables as we are using here in this example. Then there are some other ways as well from which you can add two numbers. Like the other way to add two numbers is with user input. How you can add two numbers with user input, you can just see this example, learn how to add two numbers with user input. This is the example. First of all, we are importing a scanner class here, because as you know, when we need to use user input, we need to import this scanner class with this java.util package, because this scanner class in this java.util package is available, and if you're using any other package, you cannot use a scanner class with that package, because you only get a scanner class in java.util as we are using. And after using or after importing this scanner class, you need to create a class. You can give any name to your class, like in this case I have given my class name as my class, and after creating this class I am creating one public static void as we normally create in Java to add codes in that. And after adding this, I am adding some variables as well as we were using at the top, because I am using same variable names here as well, because these are most commonly used variables. That's the reason I am using same variable name here. And then moving down, I am using this scanner. Obviously we will be using it because we are importing it with java.util. That's the reason. And after using this scanner, I am giving my scanner class name, means variable name, you can say. So a variable name I'm giving to my scanner class is my obj, which is in full form, if you say so, it is my object. But here you can just say, you can just see I have written this in short form, because if you write, or if I write it in full form, so it will be like, you can say, a confusion here. So that's the reason I'm adding this thing in small form here, my obj, and then I'm just adding equal to new scanner, and then I'm printing system.in so that it can create a scanner object. After creating a scanner object, we need to print it here, that what we need to create a scanner object of. Like here we are creating a scanner object of a number, or you can say scanner object of an integer. That's the reason we will be adding a println function, in which I will be writing a command as type a number. Then user will be typing the number, and then the number which the user will be typing will be getting in the output as the read user input. So now first of all, we need to use this example, and to use this example and to understand how to add two numbers in an advanced level way in Java, we need to open our NetBeans IDE here. Because as you know, in the previous videos as well, when we were just working with Java, I was just using this NetBeans IDE. And if you're a beginner starting with language like Java, I will prefer you to use this NetBeans IDE, because it has all the features and all the things which a beginner or advanced level programmer needed. But if you have used NetBeans IDE before, and if you know how you can use it, so you can use some other IDEs as well. Like if you want to use some offline IDs, you can use Eclipse, VS Code, you can use like Sublime Text as well, but it is not totally for Java. But if you want to create some programs, or like you can say beginning programs here, so you can use that Sublime Text IDE as well. But I will prefer you to use online IDE, and if you want to use a good offline IDE, so I will prefer you to use Eclipse or NetBeans. Both are good, but if you are a beginner, so you can use NetBeans, and if you are advanced level Java programmer and you know how to use Java, how to use its package, then I will prefer you to use Eclipse IDE. But I will prefer you to use online IDE if you are a beginner, because it will like give you more support. Like if you are having some trouble, so you will be not like importing any package, or you will be not installing any package manually. It will be doing by itself, and you will be also having a, you can say, like helping guide, you can say, just like that. Because when you will be just using the IDEs like Replit or Jupyter Notebook, so you will be having a helping guide here. Like if you can't understand anything in that, you can just go to their help section and you can ask for support. So if they will be just giving you guide about how to use this IDE, how to just use this Java language, all that stuff like I'm giving here in this tutorial. So moving on, I have already created one main.java file, and if you haven't created one file, you can just move on to file, and you can select here new file, or you can also select new class here by pressing right click on your project and new, and then from here you can select Java class here. But I have already created one Java file, I don't need to create another one. But remember, if you are creating a Java file, before that you need to create a project. I have created a project, and my project name is project1. You can give any name to your project if you want to. Moving on to this main.java file, I will be removing all the things from this file here. Like in the previous video, we will be understanding about array list and all that. So I hope you understand that how we can use that things, lambda expressions and all that. Moving on to my Word document here. This was the example which we were using here, in which we are adding two numbers. First of all, we are using variable of x, and second we are using variable of y. Again, we are creating another sum variable with this integer data type, and after adding these things, I am printing it in this println function so that I can get the output. The sum of x plus y means 5 plus 6, which is 11. Moving on to my NetBeans IDE, I will be pasting this thing, and obviously you will be getting an underlines. Why we are getting these underlines, or you can say an error like thing, because we have not used any, you can say we are not using any method, we are not using any class, we are not importing anything, and that's the reason we are getting this thing. So if I just print this, or if I run this file here, obviously it is just showing me class main does not have a method, or you can say a main method, because we are not importing a main method. Moving on to my Word document here, to use this main method here, obviously we need to just import a Java class here, and we need to also import a main method here. So I will be moving on to this NetBeans IDE. I will be pasting this thing down, and after pasting, you can just see we are getting this thing. So I will be just removing these all things from here. Then here I am getting x equal to my object dot next in it, because we are importing my object here if I show you, and then we are also printing x plus y, sorry, x, y and sum. So we need to import these things. Moving on to my Word document. Now this time I will be copying this thing, because now we will be pasting it at the top so that we can get x, y, sum and println as well. Moving on to NetBeans IDE, move down here, or you can paste after that as well if you want to. So like this I will be doing it, and then you can just do like this, And after doing, you can just see we are getting this thing here. Moving on to again Word document, I will be just doing like, I will be like this, I will be copying this thing. Moving on to NetBeans ID, I will be replacing it here because we have already created this thing, so we don't need to create it again and again. Same thing, or you can just paste it in this class as well if you want to, like this. Or like already we are getting this thing, so we need to close this with this curly braces. Same goes to here as well, but if you have created this, so again you don't need to do that. So here I will be now doing like this. If I just show you, you can just see we have printed both things here in this main class here, and then I have given my class name here. If you see, I have given my class name as public static void main, and my class name as well my class, but I will be changing this to main because if I show you in this Java, my file name is main, and remember the class name should be same as your file name is. My file name is main, that's the reason I have written class name as main as well. Moving down, I will be removing this thing here. After removing this, I will be printing this thing, or you can say I will be running this file to check what output I am getting. Again, I will be closing it like this. There I will be running this file. After running this file, if I just show you the output now, you will be seeing we are getting an 11. Why we are getting this 11 printed? Because it is adding 5 with 6, because we are printing x plus y. In x variable we have written value 5, in y variable we have written value 6, and when this sum variable is adding these two x and y variables, so output we are getting is 11. And now it is saying me to type a number. You can type any number here, like in this case I am adding a number 5, and if I press enter, you can just see it is giving me build successful, means this 5 number which I have written is printing here in the output, and that's the way how it is running. So moving on, I will be removing this something here now, and then I will be just pressing Ctrl Z to get back the thing which I have removed from here. Remove this init sum this time, and if you want to remove this thing, you can do that as well, but I will be removing these numbers this time, I think, because these numbers are giving problems. So I will be just doing like this, and then I will be removing this 3 things here because we have understand how to use them. Run it, and after running this file, we are getting an error. Why we are getting an error? Because we are using x, y and some things, and we are not writing these things. Means we are not defining these values, and obviously when we are printing it using this integer data type, and when we are not defining these values, so obviously I'm getting an error, and that's the reason I'm getting an error. So this time when I'm printing these things, so I was just not getting an error, I was just getting it successfully printed, because we are only printing the sum of x and y. That's the way. So if I remove this thing here now, and if I just print this init sum like this, x, y and some value, so you will be getting the output then as well. If I print, so you can just see we will be getting 11 printed. You can just see we are getting 11 printed here. Then if you want to type a number, you can type a number, and again you will be getting build successful. And if you want to change these values, you can do that. Like here in this case, in x value I have written 11 again, but this time I'm not getting in the output, I'm writing it in the x variable. And in y variable as well, I can change the value. Like here in this case, I will be adding the value as 5. So when you add 11 with 5, so obviously you will be getting a different answer here. So if I run this, you can just see we are getting 16 printed. Means if you add 11 with 5, so you will be getting an answer 16 printed. So that's the way how you can use this adding 2 numbers in Java in different cases. So there are some other methods as well from which you can use this, like how to add 2 numbers. If you want to use this example, you can use this example as well moving forward. So this is the way how you can add 2 numbers in Java, and I hope you understand how we can do that. So if you have understand this amazing video in which we have understood that how we can just add 2 numbers in Java in an advanced level way. So if you understand this video and if you enjoy this amazing tutorial, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So just I will be meeting you next tutorial or in next project using Java. For today, goodbye.